this video is going to be a very quick full face makeup tutorial on how to achieve this look, but it's not really this look in particular. It's more how to achieve a makeup look in about 10 minutes. I walk you through a few things that you can cut out to then shorten it even more because it could turn into more of a 5-minute routine. I just went for about a 10-minute routine to make it a balance and then told you what steps can be cut out to make it shorter. This is more of a really quick, back to school. If you have crammed for that all-nighter, you pulled an all-nighter to cram for that final, or you had a paper due, you're texting your crush all night, you're not feeling well, you hit snooze too many times, whatever the case may be, this will help you get your makeup done really quickly, make you look more awake and refreshed by doing a couple different techniques. There is no time to do things like contouring, baking, the precise eyeshadows, eyeshadow, eyelining, and all of those different things, but you can still achieve a really pretty, flawless, awakened look with just a couple of techniques. So stay tuned if you want to see this makeup look or what steps to take in order to achieve those results, and I will see you soon. So even though we're in a hurry to get our makeup done, you still want to prime your face because that's going to help prolong the longevity of your makeup. So if we're doing this quick 5-10 minute routine because you're off to high school for the day, you crammed all night for a final or whatever it is, you're going to have an 8, 10, 12 plus hour day. So I'm still going to start off with priming and we're going to get right into it. I'm using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This one is my favorite, but L'Oreal makes a great one. It's like a Lumi primer. I will link it below, but that is also a really great go-to primer. I'm going to get right into foundation today instead of doing eyes first because it is much quicker to bang out your foundation routine and concealer rather than doing eyes, foundation, eyes. So you're just going to want to pick an eyeshadow that doesn't have any kind of fallout to make this the quickest application possible. I'm actually using Milani 2-in-1 Conceal Plus Perfect, and this is a really great drugstore foundation that I just came across, but I am in love with. It is really high coverage. It blends out really well, as you can tell. It's got a conceal level in it. It's not concealing enough for my eyes though, so I still do apply concealer. But I mean, if you are tired or you're not feeling well, you've been up all night for whatever reason, and now you're trying to cram to get a quick makeup routine in, this is going to hide any imperfections that your skin is showing from being tired or feeling sick or whatever the case may be. So I really actually love this, and I think it was like 11 bucks, which certainly beats out the $60 foundations. And then you just want to make sure you also blend it down your neck so that way everything has a seamless transition, because generally your neck is not going to be the same color as your face once you have applied your foundation. One other little tip for when you're doing your foundation, you want to go like this with your lips, run brush over it, and it's not to conceal your lips or foundation, but it's to make sure that you get every last little bit of skin all around your mouth. So that's it, just really quick, brush it over and you're done. Now I'm going to conceal my under eyes, my eyelids, and then just a little bit around my nose, a little bit on the T-zone to blend everything out, and a little bit on my chin. And I'm using Urban Decay's Naked Skin Concealer, and then I'm going to use, I used my Morphe M439 to blend out my foundation, and I am now going to use my Morphe E20 to blend out my concealer. My dogs are having a disagreement. A lot of people really like to use a beauty blender to blend out their concealer, so just dampen it if that's what you would prefer to do. I do like that method as well, but I am just really loving this Morphe brush right now, so this has been my go-to method for applying concealer. Then I'm going to set my under eye area with the RCMA No Color Powder. Even though this adds on a few seconds to the routine, it really is crucial in making sure that your concealer is going to hold up all day and that you're not going to get any creasiness under the eyes. I mean, if you are 16 and pulling off a really quick routine, I don't think you need to worry about wrinkles so much, but foundation still has a way of creasing up and getting cakey, and by setting the the concealer, you're just going to prevent that from happening. I'm going to set my foundation with a powder. I use Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk Compact, and you can use any kind of powder. It doesn't need to be anything expensive, just something to get a base to set your face. Now I'm going to warm up my skin using MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, and this is just gonna give me a little bit of color. Like I said, if you're not feeling well or you have overslept, whatever the reason is, you are up all night, the chances are you're gonna be pale, and our skin really shows it when we're pale. So just giving it a light little bronze takes a couple of seconds, and it's gonna make all the difference in the world to the skin. But you also want to bring that down on the neck. You don't want your face to be all bronze and then your neck to just be white or a different color. And if you guys have watched my other videos, you know that I do not like to leave my under eyes unbronzed, so I'm just going to run a little bit underneath my eyes as well. Today, we do not have time to contour because we are in a hurry. There's no contouring or baking that's going to happen, but to bring color to the face, we are going to apply a little bit of blush and highlight. I'm going to blush my face, oh, and there goes another brush, with Milani's Baked Blush in Carollina. I love this blush. Oh my goodness. It is really powdery, so you do want to dab it off. And then angle your brush out and then work it up the apple of your cheek afterwards. And what I like about these ones are it's really buildable. So you can have a little bit of coverage, or you can go all out and add a little bit more. This particular shade has the littlest bit of shimmer in it, but it's not any kind of coarse glitter. So you don't have to worry about having like a glitter face. And I forgot to mention, for the blush, I used my Morphe E4. And now I'm going to highlight just a little bit from the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection in her Champagne Pot. And again, that's just going to add a little bit of life, give you a little bit of glow. And because we don't have time to be precise, it's just going to add a little bit to the cheekbones. If you wanted to have this really subtle, you could do it underneath your blush, but I like my glow. You could also put a little bit on your nose, a little bit above your eyebrows, a little bit on your chin if you're really dry, and then I always like doing my collarbones and the top of the shoulders if I'm wearing a dress. Now I'm going to tightline and do my waterline with Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in black. This adds a lot of dimension and precision to the eye. It gives a lot of depth, and I really can't skip this step. If you guys are really on a time crunch, you may want to, but I think that this is a really crucial step for giving definition to the eyes. And this Urban Decay eyeliner really does hold up. I do have to do some touch-ups if it's a really long day, but for the most part, this one is amazing, and it holds up really well. Now I'm going to take ColourPop in Eye Candy, and it is a really light pink shimmering color that you can actually use your finger to apply. And the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows are really great too. It really helps if you have something that is shimmery and reflective, especially when you are tired, because that is going to help brighten the eye area. And then anytime you can use your fingers instead of a brush, it shaves off time. Brushes just take a little bit extra time too. So these little eyeshadows are great because they don't have any kind of fallout and you don't need a tool for them. I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eyes with MAC Nylon because, again, this is a step that's really going to help brighten the eyes, but you could totally skip it if you're on a really big time crunch. But if you have a little bit of that extra time to do some detail and you're super tired or you're not feeling well, this is going to help fool people into thinking that, you know, your eyes look awake and you look great. Now another step that you can skip is filling in your brows. If you have a second, it is really great to at least apply a glue to your eyebrows because it's going to help give them some life and put them back, like, you know, in the game. It's going to set them well. But if you do have time, it's still great to give a little bit of extra color to them because that's going to really help shape your face. So even if you just run your color through like this a couple of times and then apply the glue, this is going to take you 10 seconds, but it's going to make a world of difference. The Anastasia Brow Gel is hands down the best brow gel I have ever tried in my life. This will keep your eyebrows in place all day long. And see how it just like livens them back up again? So I just freaking love this stuff. I really, even if I don't have time to fill them in, which is rare, I will still throw this on just so it looks like, you know, it's well kept. And you just want to apply some mascara. Again, this will be time dependent. If you have time to do a couple layers or one layer and to go. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. And then I always like to do the tips with Dior. I can't remember what it's called. I will look at it when it's time for that step. But Rimmel and L'Oreal both make really great lengthening mascaras. So if you only had time to do one or two coats, those are great go-tos as well. Just finish up this eye quickly. If you can get a mascara that doesn't clump, that is also going to save you time. But every mascara clumps here and there. And if you get any mascara on your skin, leave it alone for at least a minute. Let it dry all the way and then wipe it off so you don't smear any of your makeup. Some people like to leave their lower lash line without any mascara, and that is totally fine. That is a preference. That is up to you. I have never been able to leave my lower lashes bare. So that is a step that I need to do. Even if I'm doing like only mascara because there's no time for even eyeshadow, mascara needs to hit my lower lashes. But it is totally cool if you want to skip your lower lashes. That's just not for me. And then I like to use the Dior It Lash for my final coat on the top of the eyelashes, just to add a little bit more length to them. You always want to apply a lip gloss because glosses will also help give you more of an awake appearance compared to doing a lip stain or a liquid lip, a matte lipstick, anything like that. Glosses are a much better go-to when you're tired and on the run, and they're really easy to apply. You don't need, as you can see, I'm talking while doing it. You don't need to be precise. You can just slap it on and go. You get a nice pop of color, you get some shine, and then you're done. Or liquid lips, you need to be really precise in your application. And I'm using Inglot Sleeks. It is like my new favorite lip gloss. I love it. Then if you have time, it's really great to just set your face quickly because that's also going to help prolong the longevity. I'm having a really hard time speaking of your makeup. I'm coming off of a 4-day migraine with so many different medications in my system and I'm still in pain. I've got a bad eye headache right now, so forgive the extra word fumble compared to normal. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you guys learned a couple of little tips and tricks along the way and that this can help shorten your makeup routine. So until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.